I can't take direct eye contact from you. It's too intimidating. So if we can keep the sunglasses on, that'd be good.
That's fine.
So Greg, we're moving into season 5. We're very excited about season 5. Let's talk zombies. Let's talk about the zombies for season 5. What are we doing this year? Because we always do something new, which is always exciting.
Well, I think after last season, we hit our stride in terms of coming up with elaborate effect sequences like the big spot, where we can sort of give the audience some different flavors of walkers that aren't just shambling around, that they're much more interactive in terms of their environment. You know, we have some water stuff, some heat stuff, the elements. We're really just continuing to push it further and further.
Great. Now listen, zombies, whatever. I have said from the very beginning of this show that you were the all-star of this series, just because everything that you've done, you know, making our show look like a legitimate, you know, great dramatic show, not a schlocky thing that it could have been if the effects weren't there. But you've been like you know, just an essential element from day one. But that was before you emerged as our go-to director. You're like the biggest director on the series right now, and you did our pilot this year. How's that working out?
Listen, I love it.
Our premiere this year, I should say.
You know, the cast trusts me. I know the stories. I know the characters. You know, being on set every single day with Andy Lincoln from day one, I've seen the choices he's made to create Rick. So when the actors have suggestions or improv things they want to do, they trust me because I know the characters. The season premiere this year, you know, was very different from last year's. Last year's we had to build, you know, we had to sort of reestablish where our characters were. It is really the first time since the end of season 1 that we've kind of had a direct cliffhanger. At the end of season 1, the CDC explodes, and then boom, we're right into the next season. So picking up that story and sort of propelling that storyline forward was really exciting. It was the hardest of all the 8 episodes that I've directed. It was the hardest one.
I gotta say, this hair is rocking.
Thank you.
It is like it's dreamy.
This is actually, I will tell you the story. When we wrapped season 3, Norman and Andy and I all made a pact that we were going to just keep growing our hair.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that'll be great. Let's see who's there. But of course, they're actors and they have photo shoots.
Then you showed up to the party and you were like, guys!
And then meanwhile, I showed up with long hair and they were like, oh yeah, I had a GQ photo shoot, so I had to cut my hair. So they left me out in the cold.
So what makes you cut your hair now? What's the event? What
I don't know.
Do they shave their heads?
I don't know. We got to figure that out.
Should get them to shave their heads.
I think I could get Norman to shave his head. Norman, you'd shave your head, right?
Yeah, of course.
See?
No, don't join this interview. Get out of here. I'm going to interview Norman.
I think he would. We did a bald cap on him for a gag, and he looked awesome bald.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think he'd look awesome bald.
You did. You looked awesome.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Very cool. All right.